Hello everyone, and welcome to 𝒔𝒊𝒕𝒉. Today's reading will be on what are you reflecting back to people. It is not basically about perspective, but what are you mirroring back to people and why are you doing it. It is kind of like a mirroring rather than like a perspective of sorts. So let's see, what are you mirroring back to people and why, and if there is anything that you can improve, like if you get to know that you are mirroring something that is not right, or maybe you may be attracting that sort of an energy, so you might be able to get ahead of it, okay, and solve it. So we have 3 piles. For pile number 1, we have this blue agate, okay. For pile 2, we have the tiger's eye. Okay. For pile 3, we have the lapis lazuli. It's a tiny stone, but hope you can see it. Okay, so choose your pick and we'll start the reading in a while. Thank you. For those of you who have chosen pile number 1 with the blue agate, yeah, this is going to be your reading on what are you reflecting back to people. Okay, so let's see, what are you reflecting back to people and why. Okay, so we have this card. Okay, it is an Aztec goddess of water, the oceans, rain and storms. Okay, and she is also the goddess of fertility. I am forgetting her name, so please forgive me, but yes, she represents, so she is sort of like the empress in this particular deck. This is the 𝒂𝒐𝒕𝒆 oracle. So this is the goddess, and so this is what you're reflecting back to people. Now what I feel from here is that you may be, so people, what are you mirroring back to people is the people's stress, because what is being, and you are doing it in a very nurturing manner. How are you doing it in a nurturing manner? Because I see these lightning bolts on her head, but at the same time there is water flowing. Water is basically emotion. So maybe by showing your own chaotic self, or by not really caring about what people think, you are reflecting their stress back to them. It's like your stress is not mine to take, so I give it back to you, that sort of a thing. Now let's see the other cards. Okay, so the first card that we have is the Sun card. All right, the second card is the High Priestess. The third card is the Father of Swords. Okay, And the fourth card is the Son of Wands. Okay, so what I feel here, why are you reflecting? Wow, I'll remove these cards a bit. Yes, so what I feel here is that you might be in a situation where people don't really get what you are starting. You may be starting something new. Okay, so we have the Son of Wands here. The Son of Wands, so people might perceive you as amateur, okay, and in whatever you're doing, and they might not trust you that much. Okay, they might not see you as this King of Swords here, that yes, you know your deal even though you're trying it out for the first time. So this is something which is there. So there is a lack of trust, and out of that lack of trust there is a lot of judgment and there is a lot of stress around you. This is what people are feeling, and you are reflecting back to them is this card. Okay, because that's why I saw that duality of the thunderbolts here as well as the water flowing through, and she being the goddess of fertility, the goddess of water and storms and healing. What I feel is that with a lot of love and with a lot of patience, and in fact to a point, to an extent, with also a little bit of an apathy, because not exactly apathy but not caring that much for what other people think about you, you're reflecting that back to them. You're like, this energy is not mine to take, this is yours, so yeah, you do whatever you want to do. So what is happening is that this particular energy of the stress, of the judgment, and of this feeling that what will you do in life and things like that, because people are thinking, and these people may be pretty close to you. And I also feel that there might be a father who might be thinking this way, because he might feel that, okay, you are good in a particular field and it's tried and tested, so why don't you do that? Why are you diverting yourself into a new path in this way? It's pretty drastic and times are tumultuous, so why are you doing it? But you are actually carrying it off pretty well, in the sense like these sorts of stress are also inside your own head. You might be going through some financial issues, I don't know, but these types of things, these types of thoughts or stress is also inside your head, but what you're doing is that you're transmuting it pretty well. So that's why what is happening is that the stress and the judgment that people are energetically throwing at you, they are getting bounced off of you. They are not really getting smeared on your body, on your energy body in any way. And with the Sun and the High Priestess, I feel that you are quite confident in what you do. You're pretty confident that yes, you can do it, and there's basically nobody can stop you, because there is no competition. And by no competition, I mean you feel that your journey is your own, and it doesn't have to be another person's journey. It doesn't have to be compared with another person's journey, because with the High Priestess and the Sun card, I feel not only this inner knowing, but also a sort of confidence, a sort of radiance to you, that yes, I know what I'm doing and I trust myself even though the world does not trust me. So this is a pretty good energy that I feel. So whoever you are, kudos to you. It's quite awesome. And I would really like to check the name of this goddess and let you know what her name is. Card number 14. Okay, her name is 𝒘𝒊𝒕𝒉. Okay, let me just see. Card number 14. Yes, goddess of all the waters, lakes, seas, and sailors, as well as the goddess of beauty and fertility. So, 𝒂𝒊𝒕𝒔. Okay, she is the goddess of the waters, the lakes, as I said, seas, and fertility. Okay, and she reminds us of how development and progress can only be possible if we view life as a benevolent river, a moving event, not as something static. Okay, so this is what I feel here. So you are basically in the flow. What I feel, you are not fighting with anybody, you're not getting in anybody's way, but you are getting into the flow. You're like, whatever will happen. I know, as long as I know that I'm confident in a particular field or in a particular aspect in my life, I'll go ahead with it, and I really don't care what people might think. Okay, because at the end of it all, they'll find out. If I am successful, then I'll also find out if I am successful or not, and people will also find out. So let's not make a big deal out of it. So this is what I feel is happening right now. This is what you're reflecting back to people. You're not taking other people's bullshit, and I feel that it has come to you after a long period of struggle. Okay, and it's quite relatable, because this happens to you when you get these sorts of energies from the people around you, from the people who are close to you. Okay, so this is what I feel here. You're pretty confident. Okay, you're confident, you're radiant, you're skilled in whatever you do, and you have this inner knowing that yes, this will be okay, this will be fine, everything will be okay. All right. And with the Father of Swords, I also feel that you're very logical and very rational in your perspective, and at the same time very cutthroat in a way, in not a very cruel way, but in the way that is sophisticated and elegant. Okay, you won't find a king can be cruel, but at the same time, the Father of Swords is basically the King of Swords. So a king can be cruel, but at the same time, mostly what a king is a king is in total control, is completely sophisticated and elegant in whatever it does. Okay, so that is the king archetype. He holds authority, and that's the end of it. So you are holding authority in whatever you do, even though it is a new start with the Son of Wands. Okay, because I say it from a work perspective, because wands, they represent our will, our professional life, our confidence, and our career, our work. Okay, so this is why I'm saying this. So you may be starting something new, which might not be taken very seriously, or which might be seen with a judgmental look, but you are tackling all of this like a pro, and most importantly in a very simple way, by just not caring and do what is required to be done. That's all. So I feel really good for you. Whoever you are, please keep it up and never stop. So thank you, and I hope this reading has helped. Bye. For those of you who have chosen pile number 2 with the tiger's eye, this is going to be a reading on what are you reflecting back to people. Okay, so let me see, what are you reflecting back to people? So you're reflecting back to people chaos. Okay, so let's see. And why are you reflecting it back to people? Okay, because the simple reason is that you have had enough. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. We have the Two of Swords here, and we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, and we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, We have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Three of Cups in reverse, but since I'm not taking reversals, so we have the Three of Cups. Okay, now what I feel is that, to be honest, you're simply not caring about anything. Okay, and you are reflecting chaos back to people. You're triggering people left and right with whatever you have become. Okay, you may have gone through with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Obviously this is the end of a cycle. This is the end of a very, very hard, difficult and harsh cycle, where you have not only been pinned down to the ground, you have not only experienced a metaphorical death, but you have been burdened. There has been a lot of burden. Okay, and all it took was a decision of yours, which you have taken, or maybe you are going to take. Okay, so and like, it's pretty interesting how in this Two of Swords we also have this particular symbol, which to me reminds me of the solar eclipse that we had this April, like 8th April. So what I feel is that you have taken a particular decision, or you are about to take a very important decision of your life. Okay, and this particular decision, and this is not just a decision, this is like, this can come into life as a revelation. Okay, to other people might not know about this facet about you, about what you are about to do, or whatever you are going to decide. Other people may not know. So when you decide and when you reveal this to the world, okay, to your world, the people who know you, they are going to be unnerved. Okay, they're going to be unnerved, and they are going to get triggered left and right, because once this is done, and with the Three of Cups, I feel this is close friends and family. Okay, and they will not be happy. Okay, they will not be happy, and that is why they'll get so much triggered, and there will be chaos. There'll be chaos around you. So what I am seeing right now, it's like you are sitting very calmly, and maybe even in a meditative pose, in the eye of the storm. Okay, so there is storm all around you, but you are calm, quiet and protected. Okay, and it is your calmness, your quietness, and you being protected by the universe, by the divine, that is basically triggering these people, that you are being unaffected. Your energy has become, your internal energy, your own energy has become so strong that it does not get affected by anyone so easily anymore. Okay, and this strength of yours is already creating a shield around you, which is reflecting this chaotic energy back to the people. So people might be shouting and yelling and, saying, bickering with you, trying to quarrel with you, argue with you, why are you doing this, why are you doing this, blah blah blah, but you are like, die is cast, and I'm not changing my decision. Okay, and this may have happened in this eclipse, or after, right now that the eclipse is over, this may be coming. Okay, if you haven't gone through it yet, but this is what you're reflecting back to people. Okay, you're reflecting back chaos, you're triggering people like anything. And basically, what I feel, a trigger is a call to purge, your whatever limitations you might have. And that those limitations can be anything. It can be your beliefs, your habits, whatever, how your perspectives, your opinions, however you see the world. Limitations can be anything. Okay, so this is why people will be getting triggered, and there'll be a lot of chaos. So this is what you are this is what you are reflecting back to people, or you will be reflecting back to people slowly and gradually, because you're like, I have had enough, and I don't want to I don't want to limit myself anymore, or I don't want to hide myself anymore, or I don't want to be in a certain way anymore just so that my environment is complacent. Because even though I am creating a complacent environment, in my mind there is a storm going on. So it's important that I push that storm out of my system. Okay, so this is what I feel here, and this is an end of a cycle, basically, of a huge, harsh cycle. This is the end of it. So it is quite good, because in a word, what I feel is that, because not in a word, but in quite a few lines, what I feel is that you are coming into your authentic self. Okay, so maybe that is why you're not taking anyone else's shit anymore, and because you're not, you're reflecting those shit back to them. Okay, so this is what is happening. And your close friends and family, they might very disappointingly tell you that you have changed, but when it is in those moments that you have to be proud of yourself in a good way. Now, if you have changed in a very detrimental way, then you have to do some work on yourself. But if it is about authenticity, if it is about putting yourself first in a very healthy way, okay, and it is after, as I have seen in this card with the 10 of swords and the 10 of wands, it is after a very difficult cycle that it's like you are rising. Okay, it's like rising, because with the 10 of swords and the 10 of wands, when we have too many baggage on our backs, we bow down, right? And the 10 of swords is basically, we can see it's a metaphorical death. It's basically you being pinned down to the ground. So all of these perceptions, preconceived notions, all of these, like what will people say, or how will I be perceived, or etc., etc., whatever it might be, you are basically transcending all of these old unnecessary stuff, and you're moving above, which is quite awesome actually. So it's cool. Don't worry if people are disappointed in you for being your authentic self. Okay, so I hope this reading has helped, and we will meet in the next reading. Bye. For those of you who have chosen pile number 3 with the lapis lazuli, this is going to be your reading. So let's see, what are you reflecting back to people and why? Okay, so we have this card. I guess this is the card of ancestors, resurrection, not typically resurrection, but it is a card of celebrating your past, celebrating your ancestors. Okay, and we also have the Mayan pyramid, the Aztec Mayan pyramid behind at the background. So yes, now let me see what tarot cards we have. So we have the Ace of Swords, yeah, Ace of Swords. We have the 9, yes, this is the 9 of Swords. So we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands, and we have the Mother of Swords. Okay, so what I feel here is that with this card, what I feel here is that you might be remembering, there's an element of remembering here, and it's about, because I see ancestors here, this might be ancestral gifts, this might be about ancestral patterns, transcending ancestral patterns and honing your ancestral gifts, or resurrecting ancestral gifts in a way that you have, that is running through your veins, in your blood. Okay, so this is what I feel here, because with this scroll in her hands, and she is as if she has done a really good work when it comes to cleaning up her karma, when it comes to providing some sort of a relief and honoring the ancestors, honoring your ancestors. Okay, this is what I feel here. Along with that, what I see is that you have done a lot, consciously or unconsciously. I don't know if you have done any deep karmic work of your lineage. Okay, but what I feel here is that by doing this, consciously or unconsciously, by doing this karmic work, which was really heavy, which was really harsh, anxious and heavy, okay, because with the 9 of Swords here and the 9 of Wands, I truly feel that there might have been a period in your life, like this came in with a lot of clarity. You knew that you had to do something about it, okay, about clearing out this aspect. You knew it, okay, with the Ace of Swords. This is what I feel here. And there was, through this process, there has also been an awakening that you went through. Okay, so what I am seeing here is that a progress, a transformation, because from the Ace of Swords, if I see here, from the Ace of Swords there is the 9 of Swords, from the 9 of Swords there is the 9 of Wands, and from the 9 of Wands we have finally the Mother of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. So swords not only talk about our intellect or our mind, but it also talks about how sharp we have become, how strong we have become, how conscious we have become, because it does represent the mind and it does represent the consciousness. Okay, now so this was an awakening. What I feel here is that this was an awakening that you went through or you're about to go through. All right, and this might have happened in a particular moon phase. Okay, because we have the moon here, so this might have happened in a particular moon phase, or is going to happen in a particular moon phase, and there was a lot of anxiety around it, because you might have suddenly got to know of certain patterns that need to be healed, because if it is not healed, then you are the one, you along with the siblings in your generation or the cousins in your generation, who are going to suffer a lot, okay, because of this baggage or this ancestral baggage or this karmic debt that you had in your lineage. So but you dared to cleanse it off, okay, even though you were at your last lease of your strength, like you had nothing, you gave up everything, that sort of a thing, to heal this. That's why the 9 of Wands is here. The 9 of Wands is a card of the wounded soldier, of course, but a wounded soldier who never gives up. So you never gave up, despite the anxiety, despite the sleepless nights, despite this condition. Okay, it is like you are getting disheveled in a very destructive manner. Okay, after this particular awakening happened to you, but you put up a lot of strength, okay, and you emerged as the Mother of Swords, because whatever karmic work you did, for your karmic healing you did of your lineage, this has worked, okay, and you have emerged as the Mother of Swords. All right, so what you are gaining right now, what I see here is that is not a reflection, but what I feel, the thing that you are reflecting back to people is healing. It is basically healing. So maybe when your parents talk to you, you might see that there is a shift in their attitude, or there is a shift in their behavior. when your grandparents, if your grandparents are alive, if they are talking to you, you will see a shift in their behavior. Okay, and they might revere you as this Mother of Swords, even though they might not know it. Okay, even though they might not know it, they will reflect this particular, they will see you as this Mother of Swords. So it is, I'm not seeing that much of what you are reflecting back to people. You are reflecting back to people healing, and this is not like you are bouncing energies back to people like the other piles. What I am seeing here is that you, it's like a prism. Okay, so you take in energy and then you are throwing that energy out. It's not bouncing off, it's entering you, and then somehow with the process of refraction, and then it is going out to the people. And what is going out to the people is healing and compassion, along with a certain straightforwardness, along with a certain calmness, a certain how should I say, a certain sort of stoic demeanor in a way, because you know certain things, you know a lot of things. You, if you are someone who has healed karmic lineage, then it's quite obvious that you will get to know about certain things, because those are the aspects that you would require to heal, right? So this is what I feel is you are reflecting back to people what they are seeing, what they are feeling about you. There is a very healing feeling around you. Okay, so even though you might look very serious and grim, what you give out is wisdom. Okay, you're giving out wisdom, you're giving out healing to people, knowingly or unknowingly. Because if you're doing, because see, karma and time go hand in hand, right? Because it is time and space, quantum physics. But and if you are healing a particular timeline of a particular lineage, okay, people will automatically experience a shift in their mentality, in the way they perceive you. So what you are reflecting back to people right now, or what you will be reflecting back to people in the future, is this Mother of Swords card. Okay, that this Queen of Swords card, that yes, I know what has happened and I have healed it. And in certain aspects, I don't know why this Mother of Swords is also giving me this High Priestess sort of energy, because now that you know, or now that you'll be knowing certain things about your lineage, you know that you won't be able to share all of it with your family members. Some of them may be too traumatic to take in, right? So you maintain this air of calmness and coolness, okay, and even to a point of detachment. But at the same time, I feel what you reflect back is healing and compassion. Like when people start talking to you, when your own family members come to you and start talking to you, what they get back is the healing. Okay, because they, even though they get a very cool and detached sort of an energy, what they feel is compassion from you. So this is what I feel here. I'll read this card, I'll let you know what this card is, and I'll heal the I'll read from this card. Where did the book go? Gosh. So this is card number 31. Okay. Card number 31 is celebration. Celebration is in close contact with the memory card. Alright? And it incites us to celebrate life and the desired results we obtain, which belong to us as much as they belong to those who came before us, our ancestors, and the people with whom we collaborate, as expressed by the fraternity card. Okay, so this is the thing. As the tree that renews its leaves but keeps its roots, we must always have the courage to renew our ideas while maintaining the principles that have guided us and that were passed on to us by our ancestors. So this is what I felt. That is why I strongly felt that, yeah, this take action while constantly bearing the past in mind without being afraid of having to change your ideas even drastically. So this is what I just said, that you have basically done. So your ancestors are first of all pretty happy with you because you have done this. You have done this work, and because of this you are gaining a lot of gifts. Okay, this particular gift, it may be psychic gifts, it may be some sort of wealth that you will gain, or it can be anything else. Maybe a good life, maybe emotional fulfillment. Okay, that sort of a thing. This is what I feel here. So this is what you are reflecting back. That is why I said that you're reflecting back. What you're reflecting back to people is healing and compassion, even though your demeanor is that of detachment, calmness, coolness, and firmness. Okay, so I hope this reading has helped you, and yeah, this has been a wonderful reading, and I hope it helps, and we will meet in the next reading. Bye.